Naughty Dog is currently in full-blown panic mode because of the conversation around The Last of Us Remake. It feels like a lot of people, perhaps millions and millions of gamers, are kind of calling this remake just a glorified remaster. Because it doesn't feature any new gameplay at all, it's the exact same game but with slightly better visuals. People are saying that this is a scam or a cash grab, or even saying that it's the fall of Sony for the more dramatic folks. But really, I want to take a look at something interesting that happened last night, which is that Naughty Dog released an official statement. They actually put out a blog post and a 10-minute video trying to explain what is new in this remake, and honestly, people aren't impressed, myself included. I still fully believe this is not worth $70. But let's take a look at the facts. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, hope you're having a very good day. Please subscribe and like this video if you haven't already. So late last night at about 7 p.m., they randomly posted this video called Last of Us Rebuilt for the PlayStation 5 Features and Gameplay Trailer. Now, I'll be honest, most of what's in this trailer is not impressive whatsoever. It's basically, hey, check it out, we have a new photo mode. There's going to be new costumes. You can customize your character's look a little bit more. They are talking about the fact that this is supposed to have better AI. This is maybe the one difference that feels like it's slightly improved, but as you can tell by the reception of this, you can see the dislikes here, it is still being very strongly hated upon. Like, slightly better AI is not clearly stopping people from saying that this seems like a bit of an overpriced project. Like, look at this. It has 78,000 likes and 49,000 dislikes. That is absolutely bonkers. But part of what seems so suspicious about this is when they released this statement. So here's a tweet by Mystic Ryan, and he talks about the fact that this definitely seemed like it was a forced statement they just put out. They dropped this at 8 p.m. on a Thursday night. Typically, when it comes to Sony, they like to do their press releases around like 9 a.m. on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. They randomly just dropped this in the middle of the night, sort of to shut people up, I think, and it definitely has not worked. Now, part of my problem with this trailer is definitely the fact that in a lot of ways, people are saying, yes, graphically, the visuals have been improved, but look at some of these other problems that exist. So on the top here is the original version of The Last of Us. Down here is the remake. Now, visually, what you're about to see, this explosion on the left, look at that. Fire-wise, this lighting, these effects, this is fantastic. But what happened to the crowd? Where are all the people? Now, this seems, perhaps this is some sort of early build or something, but why would you show such an epic, dramatic scene, but when you're alone on the street? I actually like this scene in the original more, because you can see everybody reacting to it. Having Joel alone on the street definitely doesn't have that same impact. Now, this is technically the newly introduced speedrun mode. Maybe when you're playing speedrun mode, there's no characters, which doesn't make sense to me. I've also seen some people saying that this has completely redone animations, but when you actually look at these new animations they've put into the game, they don't look new to me. Like, okay, it's a guy standing up. Okay, he's standing up slightly. Oh, he swung his arms more. Bam, $70, guys. We did it. $70. Look at that arm swing. Let's see here. Oh, it's Ellie shooting an arrow. Let's see if she, look at that. Oh, wow. She's shooting an arrow, but slightly different. Like, this is my thing, is that all of these animations, here's Joel putting on a Band-Aid while they're going to put on that Band-Aid, and the remake, like, that looks the same to me. Like, maybe I'm smoking crack, but am I crazy? This seems like so similar, and I'm not alone in this. I've actually seen a bunch of tweets of people saying that Last of Us Part 1's overhauled visual, facial animations, environmental art direction, enemy and companion AI, 3D audio, DualSense support, all that is great, but the gameplay changes appear to be minuscule. Also, the multiplayer mode is not included in the package. I don't look at this package and think cash grab. I think there's a lot here, but obviously the value of this is going to be different for everyone. Kind of wish that there was an upgrade path. This is by far my biggest personal complaint, is that right now, as it stands, Last of Us Part 2 seems to be a bigger game with better gameplay and honestly a lot worse story, but it's cheaper than this. For Last of Us Part 2, we got so much more content, so much more polish, so much more passion, whereas this does feel a bit like a cash grab. $70 for The Last of Us Part 1 remake, to me, is ridiculous. But I wanted to do something, which is that over on my Twitter account this morning when I woke up, I decided to do a little poll, a little Twitter poll where I said, hey, what's up? Good morning, gamers. How are we feeling about The Last of Us Remake after that new trailer last night? I'm buying it day one. I'm waiting for a sale, and screw this cash grab. Now, as you can see here, this has 1,300 votes, not a tiny sampling, and a shocking amount. This is about 800 people or so have already said, or no, what is this? About 600 people now have said they're going to be buying it day one, and the other people have said waiting for a sale. Now, the reason this number is so interesting to me is because I feel like it says that this is meaning that right here, 70% of people are willing to give their money to Naughty Dog. Even if they think this isn't totally the best remake possible, it's not their dream project, 70% of the people in this poll are straight up explicitly saying, yeah, I'm going to give them my cash eventually. Even if it is waiting a bit, I will buy it at some point. To me, though, going through this features list, I think I'm still just annoyed because this doesn't feel like anything new. Like, I hate that they keep using the term complete overhaul. Look at this. It's more than just a simple resolution and frame rate bump. It's a complete overhaul. They keep saying this. Naughty Dog keeps claiming that this is a complete overhaul. But you know what? It doesn't seem like it. Look at this. Why did you lie about the gameplay change that The Last of Us Part 1 was going to have? Now, this guy right here, David, is a subscriber, so I'm not going to bag on him too hard, but look at his reply. They didn't lie. They said the gameplay was modernized, and they literally explained in the video how and what they did to modernize it and match it to The Last of Us Part 2 style. It doesn't mean they'd add things like going prone. It's a matter of interpretation and how you set your own expectations. Why is it that I need to hear a developer say, we're going to be adding in new combat options, and then I gotta freaking read tea leaves and talk to a palm reader to determine what that means? I actually decided to pull this up. This is the original statement that Neil Druckmann directly, the director of this game, talked to IGN, and he said the word new combat options. Does new combat options mean photo mode? Does new combat options mean the fact that I can put on permadeath? I expected that to mean that even if I can't go prone, I expected them to add dodging or a new weapon or more expanded level layouts. This feels deceitful in some way to me personally, because honestly, as I scroll through this blog post while they talk about, oh, we're doing so much with motion matching technology, and oh man, it's so great, we're going to simulate the perfect authenticity. That doesn't feel like enough. Even going through this trailer, honestly, the fact that they keep just saying like, oh, it's more sticking to the original actors and stuff like that. This just doesn't seem like this pathing stuff is cool, but this is $70. This isn't a $40 game. This isn't a $50 game. This is a $70 PlayStation 5 game that honestly is got to be one of the highest price tags for the lowest upgrades I've maybe ever seen. I keep seeing these tweets like this that sort of just drive me nuts, which is talking about the fact that people sort of pity the team because the fans have set unrealistic expectations and demands while no clue about the matter. They should seriously redirect their frustrations. Look at this. Somebody here prepared a bunch of slides. Look at this. Rebuilt from the ground up. That sounds like it's going to be a new game. Oh, look at this. We've implemented and modernized the gameplay, improved the controls, and expanded accessibility. Oh, that sounds like, maybe something's going to actually be new. Oh, look at this. A total overhaul of the original experience, faithfully reproduced, but incorporating modernized gameplay mechanics. There are none. That is my deal, is that this trailer actually had freaking gameplay in it. This trailer actually had some gameplay in it. And Naughty Dog's official account, the gameplay mechanics are also rebuilt. What's rebuilt? My frustration from this comes from a place of love because genuinely, I love Naughty Dog. I love their games. I've been playing them since Crash Bandicoot 1. The first PS1 game I've ever seen in my entire life was the original freaking Crash Bandicoot at my neighbor's house, and it just melted my brain to see a 3D platformer that was so fast and so goofy and so colorful and the really good music to it. From the very, very start, Naughty Dog has had something to it. They have had a special focus on fun and enjoyment and intensity that other games have not had. So the fact that they're doing this in the lowest form possible, I am disappointed simply because I wanted more. I'm not saying that Naughty Dog is evil. I'm not saying I'm going to boycott them, but as it stands, I'm going to review this game simply because I want to see for myself if anything has been tweaked, if anything has been refined, if these new aiming controls or anything like that actually feels good. I'm going to test out permadeath. I'm going to test out photo mode and see if Abby randomly shows up as a little kid with a vendetta. But as it stands, currently, my hype is dead. Thanks so much for watching, gamers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big old thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And additionally, please keep dreaming. My God, I'm thinking about doing a re-review of Last of Us Part 2. If this video somehow gets like 5,000 likes, I'm going to do like a 30-minute long super deep dive on Last of Us Part 2 because I feel like maybe I hated on that game too much, because now that I see this, man, I'm conflicted. I want to talk about that in a separate video. Love you guys. Have a good weekend. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.